Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Jackie Wilson Speaks to my channel for today. Today we're going to be talking about teen dating violence. Are you all aware that today, February 1st, for this entire month is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month? And so I'm going to be sharing all kinds of videos. It's going to share great information, great content about teen dating violence in order to get you up on top of everything, right? We want to keep you aware. I want you to be in the know. So these videos are going to be about awareness. They're going to be about prevention in order to help you to be able to help your teen that may be in your life. If it's a neighbor, if it's a loved one, if it's your own child, a relative that's a teenager, that's a part of your life. It could even be a student at school. If you happen to be a school teacher and you're dealing with children every day, it could be a youth at school that you suspect could be in a teen dating violence relationship. So I'm going to share this information with you today. So let's talk about, why am I doing this? What is such an urgency about talking about teen dating violence? Well, let me share a couple stats with you. Actually, I'm going to share 3 stats. So the first one is 1 in 3 adolescents in the U.S. is a victim of physical, sexual, emotional, or verbal abuse from a dating partner, a figure that far exceeds rates of other types of youth violence. Okay, now let's go to the other one. 1 in 10 high school students has purposefully hit, slapped, or physically hurt, have been physically hurt by a boyfriend or girlfriend in a relationship. Now, look at this other one. 1 in 4 high school girls have been victims of physical or sexual abuse. So just because we're not talking about it as much, just because maybe your teen may not mention that to you, in conversations about what they're experiencing or maybe what other peers are experiencing at school, just because they're not sharing that with you does not mean that they're not exposed to that type of abuse at school or maybe have possibly experienced it themselves and they just haven't shared that with you. So it's definitely happening at alarming rates. Just think about what I just shared with you. So if you think 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10, that child has experienced abuse. If you think 1, 2, 3, that child has experienced some form of abuse. So it's happening at alarming rates. I want you all to be educated about it. I want you to be empowered of what's going on. So let's talk about what is teen dating violence. So let me give you a great definition about it. And I want to make sure that I don't mess this up, okay? So teen dating violence, it is a pattern of abusive behaviors that is directed towards one, and these behaviors are exhibited to just one particular teenager from another teenager in a relationship. So, and it's a pattern of controlling behaviors. So now you may think, okay, but do teenagers actually control other teenagers? You bet they do, because guess what? At a certain age, the children are more concerned about what their peers think about them than they're concerned about what their parents think about them. And in between this age group, it's from about 11 to 17. In that age group, the children are more concerned about their peers. What does so-and-so think about me? Or how do I look? What do I have on? They're very impressionable at this point in time in their life. So they're willing to deal with a lot of different things. They're willing to accept a lot of different behaviors that they probably wouldn't accept if they were talking to their parents, but they're learning from other teens, right? They're learning from other peers, how to have a relationship, how to be intimate, right? They're learning from other people that's their age group, which is not the best way to learn, right? You want to learn from an experienced adult to share, your parent to share information with you, but that's not what's happening. The teens are actually communicating with each other and they're passing that information on. Oh, I learned this, I learned that. And that's what these teens are doing. So as a result of that, it's easier for them to be manipulated, for them to be coerced into, sexual acts or into being in a relationship with someone, being manipulated within that relationship because they're relying on that person to share the right information with them because they feel like that person loves them, right? So why would that person be mean to me? Why would that person treat me wrong? So because they put so much, they put so much thought, so much responsibility. They're looking for approval. They're looking to be accepted. So they're giving so much of that control to that other person in their life. And that person is controlling them because they don't know what else to do either, right? They're just doing what they're seeing other people doing, what they may have experienced at home. These are the actions that they're doing within that relationship. So it's basically like the teens are learning from each other, okay, how to have a relationship, and plus what they've seen with their family, their parents or their family environment, they're practicing on another adult, another teen, what they've experienced from an adult, right? So they're practicing on each other. They don't really know how to have healthy relationships, how to engage intimately in a relationship. They don't really know. They're only going off of what they've learned from other people or other outside forces, right? So as a result of that, this is what it is caused as far as for how they're communicating back and forth with each other, which isn't very healthy, the way that they're communicating. So now I've shared with you the different stats. Now let me just share with you what are the forms of abuse that a teenagers would deal with. So now they deal with physical, verbal, emotional, sexual abuse. Even in terms of theirs can go into stalking, like how adults deal with stalking. They can deal with stalking amongst themselves. When they're at school, when they're out of school and they're hanging out with their friends, they can still experience being stalked. And then as they get into high school, they have access to transportation, so they're able to get around. So then they can still do that. Plus, as far as with the stalking, they also do cyber stalking. So they're following individuals on social media, sending emails, and doing things like this that can send put viruses in someone's computer or track somebody through their computer or their phone. So these are the types of digital abuse that individuals are doing amongst themselves as teenagers. And then also there's psychological aggression. The part of the coercion of, suggestively making that person do something, or, well, I didn't tell them to do it, they just did it, these kind of things, manipulative types of things. So, and showing anger when the person don't do something that they want them to do, right? So then they're showing this aggression, showing the anger, as we call it as adults, anger management, but it's still aggression, what they're experiencing, right? So it's so many different forms that teenagers deal with. So I want you to, take a survey, kind of look and see what's going on with your child and see if you're noticing anything that I just shared with you. Are they looking depressed? Are they seem unhappy? Have they disconnected from their friends? Are they not on social media? Are they making any changes in their behavior, in their routines? Is anything standing out to you? Has something changed that you're kind of questioning what's going on with your son or daughter? Are they being bullied at school? This is a part of it too. Bullying usually leads to teen dating violence. So kind of look out for that too, in terms of what your child, your son or daughter may be experiencing, at school and then away from school. And like I said, as far as on their computer, what is it that they're looking at? What patterns have changed? There's going to be some patterns that are there that has made a considerable change from how that child used to be versus how that child is now. There's some changes that's there. Just kind of keep your eyes and ears open so that you can find out what your child may be experiencing. And so I wanted to just kind of share that information with you, and I hope that it's been beneficial so far. What I've shared with you, I have the color on. The color is blue for teen dating violence. And so I want you to, I'm sorry, it's for stalking is the color blue, my apology. So the color for teen dating violence is actually orange. So you want to make sure that you look out for me when I have on orange, in order for me to share that information, okay, about teen dating violence the remainder of the month. And you're right, I probably should have had on an orange shirt today, and I apologize, but on my next video, I will have on something orange. I don't have too many things of orange, but I will have something on orange in order to represent teen dating violence. And so with that being said, I've shared a lot of information with you all. I hope it's been very beneficial. I'm going to also share the National Domestic Violence Hotline number, and that number is 800-799 7233. It spells out SAFE. So let's do it again. It's 800-799-SAFE, SAFE, and then those numbers are 7233. You can contact that number. Someone on that line will be, there to help you, to assist you through whatever questions you may have. If you're calling on behalf of someone else, if you happen to be that person, they'll answer those questions for you as well. Okay. And with that being said, guys, I've shared everything that I have to share with you for this evening. So look forward to seeing me on another video when you got it, on the next time that I share that video on my YouTube channel. And with that being said, have a great night. I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.